Welcome to our Wednesday night shiur. Our shiur tonight is Leilun Nishmat Tzipora Bat Adina. 6 months, right? 6 months from her passing. Ruach Hashem Tenicheh Began Eden. Time flies. Also, our shiur is Latzlachat. Our tzaddik, our cameraman, Gabriel Chai Ben Reuven Veleah. May Hashem bless you this year with Hashem. Shtakim Bait Ne'eman B'Yisrael. Stay yatziv. Be strong. Okay?
All the single
and all the singleness of Hashem שימצאו בת זוגם ויתחתנו ויקימו בית נעשה ויקיימו מצוות פרייה ורבייה.
Amen.
טוב, this week's parasha is Vayishlach, and we have Chanukah right around the corner. Chanukah, Vayishlach. You should know the Ben Ish Chai says, it's not just a Ben Ish Chai, but it's a known thing. During this time of the year, parashot Vayishlach, Vayeshev, Miketz, Chanukah always falls. And almost always, Parashat Vayishlach comes right before Hanukkah. What's the connection? To answer you, I want to tell you guys an amazing pshat from one of the Lamed Vav Tzadikim of a previous generation. The Gemara in Masechet Sukkah says that every generation has 36 hidden tzadikim. Hidden. What does that mean they're hidden? People think they're nobodies. They're just a guy who goes, he does his own shopping, does his own tailoring, picks up his own dry cleaners. He's not a chief of anything. Some of them don't even know how to read, how to learn Gemara. They need a chavruta. One of the Lamed Vav Tzadikim of our previous generation, the known Rav Mordechai Sharabi Zecher Yitzchak Levacha, was Rosh Hashanah of R.Shalom. He said that this guy was the head of the 36 hidden tzadikim, the head of them. The Gemara Masechet Sukkah says there's 36 outside of Israel, and there's 36 inside of Israel. And his name was Chacham Menachem Menashe. Very big Chacham, very big. One of the greatest tzaddikim. And he writes an amazing thing that I had to share with you guys tonight, on the eve of Chanukah. People think Chanukah is all about going to Queen's Pita, buying a bunch of sufganiyot, and they can even quote Rabbeinu Maimon, the Rambam's father. Rabbi Maimon says, whoever eats sufganiyot on Chanukah, he's going to be ashir. Oh, he knows how to quote Rishonim. He thinks he's quoting Rishonim. And on Chanukah, get a silver menorah. Then some people have mehader to get silver cups and golden cups, like the Chesed LaAvraham and Nahar Nun Chet. He says there's a special mitzvah to light the menorah in a golden or a silver cup. A special mitzvah like they did it in the Beit HaMikdash. But we're missing the main point of Hanukkah. And the main point of Hanukkah tonight, I want to touch upon the point. We're going to continue on Shabbat B'ezrat Hashem and Yirtzeh Hashem. We find something extremely interesting, and it's a tema, as we say in Aramaic, in the Gemara language. It's a tema, it's a wonderment. Yakov comes after 20 years. He sends a message to his brother Esav, his twin brother. Im Lavan Garti. Rashi al Makom says, V'taryag mitzvot shamarti. Why, Garti, I lived with Lavan, has the same numerical value as 613 mitzvot. I kept. Kol hakavod, Yaakov Avinu. I know one guy, Bukharian guy, good friend of mine. Every time somebody says he did something good, Gava. Oh, if he would read this Rashi, he would think that Yaakov Avinu was a Baal Gava, Chas v'Shalom. He's proclaiming. Where was his Kibud Avayim? I want to know. Where was his, according to the Geonim, his Kriyat Megillah? There was no Megillah even yet. What Taryag? Where was the Beit HaMikdash? Kakoi Taryag mitzvot shamarti. Pasuk says, the Esav comes against them with 400 men. There is a pshat that says they weren't 400 men. There were 400 generals. Each general had 400 captains. Each captain had 400 sergeants. Every sergeant had an army of 400 men.
Why so many for one person?
When evil, when it wants to make itself correct, when you want to bring for yourself an excuse, how many excuses you bring? Hundreds of excuses. My cat died, my dog died, this one did this, there was at the Brooklyn Bridge, there was a fire today. You live in Queens, why did you come late to work? You could come with a million excuses. That's evil. Evil comes with 400 men. 400 men. Comes with 400. What's the pshat? Im Lavan garti, I lived with Lavan, and 613 mitzvot shamarti. Yakov Avinu was not a Baal Ga'ava, just the opposite. He was one of the most humble people that ever lived. The Khatam Sofer, Rabbi Moshe Sofer, who was one of the greatest tzaddikim of his generation, he proclaimed about himself that he had the keys of halacha in his hand. Whatever he made a psak, that was the psak. The Khatam Sofer. In his time, in his generation, much like our generation today, they made a decree that no Judaism, no Torah can be taught in public schools. Back then, every person went to the actual school that the government gave. In Hungary, this was in the 1800s. And the Khatam Sofer sent a couple of his students to fight with the education minister. The minister of education, the guy who made this decree, this enactment. And the education minister, he was known as to be a very big anti-Semite. Very big against the Yahadut. So they go to the Khatam Sofer to get a bracha. The Khatam Sofer was not a regular guy. He was not only a Gaon in Torah, he was a Gaon in Torah, Kabbalah, Hasidut. His Rebbe, Rav Natan Adler, was a Gaon in Kabbalah. Gaon. And the Khatam Sofer was no less than his Rebbe. In fact, the Noda Yehuda, who some say was the Gilgul of Rabbi Yehuda Ptayet, the Noda Yehuda was the great rabbi of Prague, who that was the place where the Maharalmi Prague, they said, quote unquote, made the golem. Mm-hmm. The Noda Yehuda was known as the Rebbe of Halacha in his time. When he met the Khatam Sofer in his youth, the Khatam Sofer was able to make out of the Noda Yehuda, how do you say, change in the register. The Khatam, that's how strong he was in Halacha. Khatam Sofer, when he was a young boy. The Khatam Sofer, when they came to ask for bless us with a blessing that when we go to the education minister, we'll be successful in overturning this edict, this decree. It's a decree, You tell a school you can't learn Torah. I mean, what's the point of going to school? Already homeschool them, like they did in the communist regime. So the Khatam Sofer said something very enigmatic, something very cryptic. He said, when a Jew goes to the far reaches of the world, he has to understand he could never give up on the smallest mitzvah. We're asking you for a bracha. Yisimcha Elohim ki Ephraim v'chem Menashe. Give us a bracha. Yivarechecha v'Yakov alach ledarko lishmav kiviti Amonai. Give us a bracha. What are you telling me? Before we're going to save the Hungarian Jewish people, you're telling us when a Jew goes to the far reaches of the world, he has to keep the smallest mitzvah? Come on. But the Rebbe said it. They go to the education minister's house, and he was such an anti-Semite, he made them wait while he was eating breakfast. And he made them wait in the room where they could see through a window how he was eating breakfast. After he comes out, he was not such a schmutz. He offered all of them coffee. When I went to Israel after many years, they said to me, "You want kafe hafuch?" I said, "What's kafe hafuch?" Opposite coffee. In Israel, they call coffee with milk kafe hafuch, because they're so used to Turkish coffee, straight coffee. They call opposite coffee with milk. So he offered them coffee with milk. Now, what's the halacha? If a Jew didn't see how a goy milked his milk, the milk that he's offering him, he's not allowed to drink from that milk. What did the Khatam Sofer tell them right before they left? If even you're in the far corners of the world, do not give up on the smallest mitzvah. They said, and this was in a very big danger, they said, sorry, the education minister, we respect you, we can't drink your milk. Can't drink my milk? Why not? They were forced to say, we didn't watch how you milked the cow, so it might be that you mixed it with R.Shalom, camel, pig, horse milk. So he started to laugh and he said, go to my farm. You're not going to see even one pig in my house. Everything, cows. So now they were even stronger. They said, now this is for sure where our Rebbe's words come into play. They said, we're not drinking your coffee. He got very angry. He took his cup of coffee. He slammed it on the table. All the coffee spilled. He called a maid inside the house. He said, maid, where did you milk this milk that we're pouring into the coffee? He wanted to make the rabbis into nothing. The maid started to stammer. It's from cows. Say the truth. Where did you get this milk from? And she fell on the floor. This morning she milked the cows. And she knew that important guests were coming. So she was so nervous, she knocked the jug with her hands. True story. All the milk fell. So she went across the field. There was a camel farm. And she wouldn't have mixed the milk, she said, if she didn't think that camel milk was more tasty than cow milk. And she mixed the camel milk with the cow milk. And that's the milk that he was about to pour into the rabbi's coffees.
Wow.
When he heard that, he took the edict, the decree, he ripped it from his hands, shti va'erev, threw it in the garbage, as you guys are free to go. En ke Torat Moshe. There's nothing like the Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu. En ke Torat Israel. There's nothing like the Torah of Am Yisrael. Im Lavan Garti doesn't mean that Yakov kept all 613 mitzvot. What 600? There was Korban Chatat, there was Korban Asham, there was Korban Mincha, he was a Kohen Gadol. What's going on over here? No, Rabotai. But when he went into Lavan's house, he was ready to go thick and thin. He was ready to break through any obstacle to make sure that he would keep the mitzvot that he could keep, as if there were 613 diamonds were going through his hands. As if he had the Torah from Mount Sinai. He was a Navi. That's what it means, Im Lavan Garti. He wasn't able to give up even the smallest mitzvah. So how did he keep Kibud Avayim? How did he respect his parents? He's away from them for 20 years. He was only away from his parents because they told him to go. There is no greater Kibud Avayim. The only thing that kept him away from his parents was the commandment of his parents. And Rivka suffered from it greatly. The only matriarch in the Torah that doesn't say when she died and how she died was Rivka. Why? Because who buried her? Esav Arasha. The only one we know how Rachel, Leah, Sarah, we know how they all died. Rivka, it's not mentioned. Why? Because who buried her? Esav Arasha. Who was dipping her inside a mikveh before who washed her body? Who said Kaddish? Esav. Sometimes there are people that say Kaddish for the dead people, but they're not Yakov. Who are they? Esav. They're Esav Arasha. But the Tema, the wonderment doesn't stop over there. Yakov sends presents to his brother Esav. Esav comes with a job. He's angry at Yaakov. You know, a Rasha never forgets. People pray to remember the whole Torah. I pray to remember. To forget is a blessing. One of the blessings that we were blessed with is the blessing to forget. It's a blessing. If we would remember all the bad things our spouses do to us, we wouldn't stay married for a week. If we would remember all the bad things our friends do to us, we would have no friends. Rabotai, to forget is a blessing. Esav, Arasha, never forgets. He holds a grudge till the last day of his life. That's why when a person passes away, we pick up his bed. I learned in 71st Kollel. I've seen this many times. And they say to the dead body, Salachti, Salachti, Salachti. Before he passes away, we want to make sure he's Ben Yaakov and not Ben Esav. We want to make sure that he's going to Gan Eden and not to Gehinnom. And Esav is the epitome, he's the epitome of a person who cannot forgive. He goes to Yaakov and he cannot forgive him. A person who can't forgive has a nitzotz of Esav inside of him. You have to learn how to forgive in life. Forgive and forget. Don't forgive and remember. Forgive and forget. Esav comes to Yakov and he wants to kill him. He wants to destroy him. He wants to bring him down. Why? He took his blessings. He took his wife too, Leah. And not only that, his other soulmate, his daughter Dinah, he also hid in a basket. Esav didn't know that was his soulmate. But the Zohar says, Afal pi shebarnash la hazeh, mazala hazeh. Even though a person doesn't feel, sometimes he doesn't see it, his mazal sees it. The Ari Kadosh says, when a person walks outside, and suddenly he feels like a fear around him. He feels like he's afraid suddenly. He looks around, he turns around, there's nothing there. The Ari says, Afal pi shebarnash la hazeh, mazala hazeh. Even though a person doesn't see, there is some danger. His mazal sees. What does he say to do? Take the four corners of your garment, not the four corners, the two corners, and go like this. V'ina'aru risha'im mimena. When we bless the moon, what do? Right after we bless the moon? V'ina'aru risha'im. We go like this, like in Tashlich, we go like this. That takes away all the, especially whoever comes from the short neshama of Cain has to do that. Especially them. Okay, Yaakov Avinu goes to meet Esav. Esav and Yaakov, brothers. Achim. How do you say brothers in Bukhari? Akeh? Akeh. Akeh, okay. Yaakov is scared. A question is asked by the Avat Chaim, the Chacham Menachem Menashe, a beautiful question. He says, wait a second. When Lavan, his father-in-law, was running after him, Rabbi David, what did God do to Lavan? He comes to him in a dream. He said, hello, don't touch him. When Paro takes Sarah, what does Hashem say to Paro? Hello, be careful. She's Kadosh, you're Tameh. That's Vidanya. When Avimelech takes Sarah, what does Hashem say to Avimelech? Comes to a Rasha and he says, don't touch. When Bil'am wanted to curse the Jews, what did Hashem come and say to Bil'am in the night? Hello, these people are blessed. Take it easy. Esav is coming with 400 generals, 400 captains, 400 sergeants, 400 men.
Nobody warns him.
No one warns him? Ma pitom! Ma pitom! Why doesn't Hashem come to him in a dream? I think it deserves, it warrants a dream at least. A dream. Says the Avat Chaim. A beautiful pshat. Esav didn't want to come and kill Yaakov. Lavan wanted to kill him. Paro takes Sarah. Avimelech takes Sarah. Esav didn't come to kill him. Esav came to convert him. Says the Ahavat Chaim, a beautiful pshat. Sifatay mishak. Esav came to convert him. And the Ahavat Chaim says, Chacham Menachem Menashe Zechuto Yagen Alinu Amen. He says, Avraham falling in the hands of Paro, the story of Avraham, is connected to the Jews in Egypt. Yitzchak's story is connected to the Jews in Babylon. Yakov, in the hands of Esav, is connected to Rome. And he says such an amazing pshat. Yaakov crosses the river. V'ya'avor et ma'avar yabok. Ma'avar yabok. I dare you, all of you guys over here, to open up a map. There is no ma'avar yabok. What is a man-made river? There's no ma'avar yabok. V'ya'avek ishimo ad ora boker. A man wrestles with him. He fights with him. Yakov was a boxer. Yaakov Avinu.
Not boxer. He needed the karate.
He was a kickboxer. He boxed. He was fighting with him until the morning. Wrestled with him until the morning. Who's this man? What does it mean? Vayivater Yaakov levado ad or haboker. What does that mean? Vayivater Yaakov levado. Yaakov sent angels to Esav. Yaakov left Eretz Yisrael. What did he see in his dream? Angels going up and down. He left with angels. He came back with angels. He sent angels with Esav. Suddenly, when the Samech Mem comes to fight Yaakov, all of his angels disappear. He didn't have one angel to fight for him. What do you say, Ariel? Where happened to his angels?
Maybe angels can be around.
It's a connection to what's gonna be in the last galut. You're gonna be alone. V'yivater Yaakov levado. You have to fight your own battles. No angel's gonna take your side. Not Michael, not Gabriel, not Raphael, not Nuriel. We have all those guys in our shul, by the way. No one's gonna take your side at the end of days against the Samech Mem. Not even one angel's gonna take your side. Vayivater Yaakov levado. I came up with a chidush. Vayivater is otiyot yitro. A ger is alone. That's why the Jewish people have a special mitzvah to love every Jew and an extra mitzvah to love the convert. At the end of days, every Jew is going to feel like what? A ger, a convert. You're going to look to your right, look to your left. Vayivater Yaakov levado. Where is Hashem? Vayavek ishimo ad alot hashachar. Until when you're going to fight with him? Until Mashiach comes. Until the break of dawn. Vayar ki lo yachol lo. He saw he can't defeat him. Why? The Jewish people in our blood, we have the blood of Yakov. When? Ba'alot hashachar.
No.
Yes? Until the sun rose. What does it mean the sun rose? You're going to see the sun. It's not going to be a fight. There's no KOs in Judaism. There's no knockouts in Judaism. You got to fight till the end. And then when the Samech Mem sees that he can't defeat Am Yisrael, what does he say? Shalcheni, send me. Ki ala shachar. The morning came. I also have to pray to Hashem. Shacharit. The angels also pray. Samech Mem also says Shacharit. The Ari says when you say Hodu la Hashem ki tov, ki amazdo, that's when all the angels start to pray. Samech Mem say, I also gotta pray. Cain told Hevel, let me live. Let me go. What did Yakov say? He took him in a headlock. He says, no, you're not leaving. You're with me till the end. We die together, we live together. And what does he say to him? Shalcheni! Please, I gotta do the Samech Mem serves God better than most of us. Shalcheni! Ki ala shachar! Yaakov says, I'm not gonna send you until you bless me. Barcheni! Why did he say Barcheni? What did Esav tell Yitzchak? Barcheni gam ani avi. Bless me too, Father. Bless me. Some Chachamim say he was blessing him for a bat zug. Because he saw Leah was going to be given to Yaakov. He said, Barcheni, give me someone. Who? Those were Goyot. Esav's wives were Maktir Avodah Zarah, Barcheni Mitzad HaKdusha. What happens? Yaakov says, bless me and destroy the blessing that Esav said. And what did he say at the end? Your name is not Yaakov anymore. It's Israel. Any child that's born this week, they have to name their child Israel. It's not even a pshat. You must name your kid Israel. Parashat V'Yishlach, what's the she'elah afilu? Ki im Yisrael yeshemecha. And what's the pshat of Israel, Rabotai? What's the pshat? Yaakov means what? An ekev. What's an ekev? A heel. Every Jew feels like he's a heel. In this 2,000-year galut, you feel like everyone's walking on you. You go outside, you take off your kippah. I know Jews, they do tikkun chatzot, but when they go to do business, they take off their kippah. You feel like a heel. But the Samech Mem told your father, he said to him, you're Yisrael. What's Yisrael? Li Rosh. You're not the heel anymore. You're the head. Ki sarita im Elohim batochal. You fought with a God. You fought with an angel and you won. Everyone in this room, every single human being over here, that we are living in the end of times. Only we will bring the Mashiach Tzidkenu. How will you bring Mashiach Tzidkenu? Through this parasha. No man has ever fought an angel except for Yakov. And he fought him, and he beat him, and he got a blessing from him, and that's the sign that at the end of days Esav will lose and Yaakov will win. Hakol kol Yaakov, hayadayim yedei Esav. Yaakov beats him in the kol, and he beats him in the yadayim, and he beats him in the raglayim. What do we have to do? What is that connected with Chanukah? Chanukah is Hellenism. What's Hellenism? They used to play their Olympics naked. Jewish people, to fit in with the Greeks, they used to take their orla, their brit milah, their skin, and they used to stretch it until they had an orla. That's what they used to do. You know what kind of immense pain that is? You can't even imagine such a thing. To take a brit and to reverse it. Rabotai, do you know why the Hasidim say that Chanukah is the most amazing holiday? Because the truth is, we're still living in Chanukah. The truth is, we never ever defeated the Greeks. We're still living in the Greeks. We're still with the Greeks. The Greeks are here. Esav's theology is here. And you're never going to defeat him if you're going to live in a world where you think that everything is about love. The ideology that you have to love everyone, no matter who he is against Judaism. There is no such a kind of thing in Judaism except a person for who he is. In fact, the opposite we see. Chanoch lena'ar al pi darko. Yaakov Avinu was a great man, but he saw the Samech Mem, he gave him 2 slaps. Shte stirot b'panim he gave him. There's no such kind of thing. You see a person go off the derech and you tell him kutzi putzi. You give him a candy. There's no such kind of thing. Our generation, in the name of one of the great Chabad mashpi'im, Rav Yossi Paltiel, he says something very amazing. Our generation is missing a crucial point for the coming of Mashiach. Until we don't get this point straight, we're never going to have him. That point is v'yavek ish imo adalot hashachar. That life is a fight. Life is not just about accepting everybody with their faults. That's not the way it works. If a person is going off the derech, you have to go through thick and thin to bring him back. You have to fight. It's not just about hugging people. Hugging is nice, it feels good, but it's not bringing anybody back. Stop hugging him. It's not going to bring anybody back. What's going to bring people back? V'ya'avek ish imo ad hashachar. You have to fight to bring them back. You have to go through thick and thin. You're not going to expect to sit down on your chair, your high chair, and expect people to come to you and become religious, to come closer to Hashem. That's not what Mashiach is waiting for. Mashiach came to Rav Ovadia Yosef in a dream, and he said to him, until the people that learn Torah, that's all of us inside this room, until the people of the Kollel are not going to go out and fight. And when you fight, Rabbi Gavriel, you think you're alone like Yaakov. V'yevater Yaakov levado! But he beat an angel while he was alone, by the way. And you think that you're alone, and you go out and you say, hey, tzaddik, you small tzaddik, do you know how to say Shema Yisrael? And there are Jews out there that don't even know who Avraham Avinu is. And there's Bukharian people out there who are married to Pakistani people. In Stov Asmoy. You know what Stov Asmoy is? Gematria Ge'enom and also Gematria Gamzu Letova. It all depends on how you look at it. You understand? But when you say to yourself, when you say, I am looking at reality, Rabbi Gavriel, I'm looking at reality. Life is not just about hugging and kissing. And that's a very big problem with our chinuch in our generation. Extremely big problem. We're not learning from Yaakov. We all think we're Avraham Avinu. We think we're Avraham. You're not Avraham. You're Yakov. Bechir Sheba'avot. You're Yakov. You're not Yitzchak either. We're not saying you're Yitzchak either. You're Yakov. You have to know. Small doche v'yamin mekarev. You have to know when to slap and when to hug. You have to know how to do that. Rabotai, let's learn from Yaakov. Let's take his message for Chanukah. V'yavek ish imo ad hashachar. Let's fight. Let's fight, Rabotai. I'm going to tell you a kavanah right now. When you wear tefillin, huh?
Kavanah for fight?
Yes, but in the spirituality. When you wear tefillin shaliyad, there's a special kavanah called yabok.
Ma'avar yabok.
Ma'avar. Ve'avorid ma'avar yabok. What's yabok? Numerical value 112. If you take the three names of God, Yud K Vav K 26, Ekye Aleph K Yud K 21, Amonai 65, 65 plus 26 plus 21 equals 112. Ve'ya'avor et ma'avar yabok. When you wear your tefillin shaliyad, you have to think of those three names. Ekye, Havaya, Adnut. And what is the shefa that you bring down when you think of those names? Pashut. Pashut. Yakov, when he crossed the river to get back what? Small. You know what those small jars were? We heard a pshat, they're the olives that Noach squeezed, v'chulei. You know what those small jars were?
Hanukkah.
The small jars of Hanukkah. I have a better pshat. Lahavdil. You know what those pshats were? You know what those bottles were? At the end of days, there's going to be small nishamot that nobody cares for. Those small nishamot are called small jars. Nobody cares about them. Yaakov went back. He crossed the river to get those small jars. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, Zecher Z'Dravach, the 7th Rebbe of Chabad, he said, every Jew has to wear what? Tefillin. Why? V'ya'avor et ma'avar yabok. You gotta go back and take those small neshamot. May Hashem bless everyone over here. Bracha, Slachai, Shugadol. May we able to go back, bring one Jew back in our lifetime. One Jew back. We bring one Jew back, you just won the lottery. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.